Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we already have covered this. So I'll go further wherever we had left. Yeah. So last time we have seen the biomass conversion processes, which is a direct combustion, wherein you can directly combust it and get the heat energy that you can use for drying purpose or any other application wherever you need heat, which we already have seen. Solar drying we have seen, right? So likewise, this heat could be used for a drying process directly. Then there are two conversions: thermochemical conversion and biochemical conversion. So we have seen basic classification: batch type, single storage, double storage, dome type, drum type, and then variation in the drum. So this we have already studied: single stage and double stage. In double stage, the stages are only made two. This is first stage and this is the second stage. In the first stage, complete mixture is formed, and in the second stage, gasification is done. So I have better diagrams than this. So we'll go further. Ha. So this is a drum type, floating drum type plant. So see, this diagram is very useful, which gives you complete idea of how the construction is done. But again, this is a single dimensional diagram. You can two dimensional diagram. You can have a thought of a three dimensional structure. Okay, you consider the three dimensional structure. This is a circular tank. Okay, so you don't need to consider like how this could move in this way. Okay, first of all, let me clear this, because this is a circular like structure, and there is a this wall kind of structure at the middle, so other sides are open from where the mixture can move around. Okay, so now let us understand the construction of it. So this is a land level, ground level. Okay, this is a ground level. So if you observe, this is inlet, this is outlet, and this is a main tank. Okay, so inlet is above the ground level. Main tank is completely below the ground level, and outlet tank is little bit lower than the inlet with respect to the ground level. Okay, so this is very important because there should be natural circulation, therefore the height difference is maintained purposely. Now see, this is a mixing tank, because whatever inlet or cattle dung, water, whatever um, inlet raw material that we have studied up till now, animal and human waste. Okay, then all the waste of plants, animals, then everything that we have seen up till now. Okay, so that comes in the inlet tank, and here water is mixed and stirred continuously. Okay, ते गोल गोल फिरवलं जातं purposely, so that it will form a slurry. Okay, mixing process is done here, therefore this tank is called as a mixing tank. The slurry is formed, and that slurry is transferred through the inlet pipe to the main tank. This is a main tank. For support of a pipe, supporting structure is provided to the inlet and the outlet pipe. This is a main tank. Okay, so here the whole dung and water mixture will come from the inlet pipe. Then it is again continuously stirred here, and basically here the main objective is to ferment the thing, so that we will get the generation of a gas. So for fermentation we add some bacteria in it. Okay, and it is buried under the, it is as good as a buried kind of structure. So continuously the inlet raw material or the cattle comes in the main tank. Okay, and bacterias are added, so there is a process of fermentation takes place, and with the fermentation the gases are formed. So by default gases will come up, and they will come in this gas collector. Okay, so gas collector is here. So depending upon the see, these dimensions are fixed, so depending upon the inlet and the gas formation, the gas pressure will be developed, and that pressurized gas, which is a biogas which could be used for various applications, will be transferred through the pipeline. So this is an outlet for a biogas. So this is a pipe. This is a valve which could be made on and off depending upon when we are transferring this generated gas to some application in a say farm. We will make this valve on so that biogas will move through this pipeline. Okay. Then the slurry, whose all methane and all gases extraction is over. I mean, for example, for a period of around 1 month, 2 month, or 3 month, the all waste is here itself because fermentation process and generation of various gases takes place. So for that purpose, around 2 to 3 months period is required, and it is a continuous process. Therefore, this gas is transferred, and whatever is the remains, okay, residues that we take out at the outlet, which is a spent slurry, so it is of no use for generation of a gas henceforth. But this slurry could be dried afterwards, and it is a very good manure for fields. ओके, म्हणजे त्याचं खत म्हणून खूप चांगला वापर होऊ शकतो. सो हे त्याचं बाय प्रोडक्ट झालं. ओके. आणि ही प्रोसेस जी आहे ही फर्मेंटेशन प्रोसेसला मिनिमम 1.5 month लागतो. बट इफ इट इज फॉर 3 months, द मिथेन कंटेंट्स आर मोर, देअरफॉर वी जनरली डज इट फॉर 2 to 3 months. पण जनरली आता हे एखाद्या खेडेगावात वगैरे जिथे कावडंक वगैरे लार्ज अमाऊंट मध्ये अवेलेबल आहे तिथे असे प्लान्स असतात. सो डेली वेस्ट आर waste are fed in the inlet mixing tank on the daily basis, weekly basis. म्हणजे सगळ्या गावातला कचरा गोळा करून जे डंप करायची जागा आहे ती म्हणजे आपलं मिक्सिंग टँक आहे. ओके. सो तो कचरा म्हणजे आपण म्हणतो आहोत ऑल काइंड ऑफ वेस्ट दॅट वी ऑलरेडी हॅव स्टडीड. ओके. So this is a overall structure of a floating drum plant. Now purposely the name, why name is floating, because and this is automatically floating like structure because this is a slurry. Okay, liquid form मध्ये असणार आहे इथे सगळं. So it could be chemicals here or a water kind of thing. So automatically it floats on that. आणि once the gas is taken out, that time automatically the pressure has been decreased, so it will come down. If the lower material is higher, then it will create more pressure on the gas. So pressure will depend on how it is moving upward, downward. Okay. So pressure development is an automatic process here. We can maintain the pressure also with the help of a pressure controller, and we can get a gas at a constant pressure as well. Okay. But for that control assembly we have to provide. So now let us discuss the same thing again. I'll just repeat. So components are inlet pipe, you have seen, mixing tank, which is an inlet tank, digester, which is a main tank, gas holder and gas storage dome, which is floating one, which I have shown you above, then outlet pipe through which the residues are taken out, and gas pipeline through which gas is circulated. So through inlet pipe, the slurry is moved into the digester. Then mixing tank, the feed material like dung is gathered in the mixing tank using sufficient water. Water is already added in the here in the mixing tank. So the material is thoroughly mixed till a homogeneous slurry is formed. So this is automated process. We use a stirrer. Okay, stirrer is used in a mixing tank so that it will be continuously rotated. आपल्या मिक्सर मध्ये जी प्रोसेस होते तशा टाईपची प्रोसेस मिक्सिंग टँक मध्ये होते. So that all the solid parts are broken and a slurry is formed. So it comes to the digester through the inlet pipe. Inside the digester, the slurry is fermented. So for fermentation, we purposely add the bacteria in that, and biogas is produced through the bacterial action. Okay. सो दिस इज अ केमिकल प्रोसेस. म्हणजे काल आपण डिस्कस केलं होतं की दुधाचं दही फॉर्मेशन होतं तेव्हा पण इट इज अ बॅक्टेरियल प्रोसेस, म्हणून आपण ते हीटमध्ये ठेवतो. जर आपण दूध फ्रीजमध्ये ठेवलं जरी त्यात दही घालून तरी सुद्धा त्याचं कधीही इट वोंट गेट कन्वर्टेड इन टू अ कर्ड बिकॉज इट नीड्स द मॉइस्ट और से हीट लागते त्याला, तरच त्याचं फर्मेंटेशन होऊ शकतं. म्हणून आपण दही बनवताना बाहेर ठेवतो ते, राईट, so that it will absorb the heat and bacterial process starts and then it is converted into a curd. yesterday I told you की हे कड जर आपण असंच ठेवलं खूप दिवस तर you can see the small worms produced inside. So this fermentation process gives rise to bacteria generation and therefore fermentation is important. आणि म्हणून आपल्याला एक वेगळा घाण वास येतो. So that is nothing but the methane creation. Okay. So bacteria are very important for generation of a methane. One more example I would like to give you here. दॅट तुम्ही जर कधी वाईन फॅक्टरी वगैरे बघितली असेल किंवा नसेलही तरी तुम्ही ऐकून असाल की फर्मेंटेशन इज डन म्हणजे ग्रेप्स पासून वाईन बनवतात किंवा व्हीट पासून बनवतात. तर ऍक्च्युली हे सगळं कुजवलं जातं. व्हॉट इज फर्मेंटेशन? वी ट्राय टू फर्मेंट इट म्हणजे काय त्याला आपण म्हणू, मला मराठीत आय एम नॉट गेटिंग द वर्ड हिअर, बट वी ट्राय टू जनरेट बॅक्टेरियाज इन दॅट. सो जेवढं जुनं होईल ना ते म्हणजे वाईन आय एम टेलिंग अबाउट किंवा बियर जेवढी जुनी असते ना तेवढे त्याच्यात फर्मेंटेशन जेवढं जास्त तेवढं रिच असतं ते असं समजलं जातं. म्हणजे कॉस्टली वाईन्स ज्या असतात तर एखाद्या वाईन फॅक्टरीच्या डिटेल्समध्ये तुम्हाला कळेल, युट्यूबवर एखादा मिळून जाईल तुम्हाला याचा व्हिडिओ. यू कॅन गो थ्रू दॅट फॉर अंडरस्टँडिंग द इम्पॉर्टन्स ऑफ फर्मेंटेशन प्रोसेस. ते जेवढा जास्त जुनी असेल वाईन तेवढी त्याची कॉस्ट जास्त असते कारण ती तेवढी जास्त इफेक्टिव्ह असते. So adverse effects apart, I'm just telling you all this because to understand the process of fermentation and importance of it. Okay, so that fermentation takes place inside the digester. Digester is a main tank. Then gas holder, gas storage dome. Okay, so biogas formed gets collected in the gas holder which is floating. Okay, on the slurry. It holds the gas till the time it is transported for consumption. So once the valve is made on, gas will get transported. Till that time it is in the storage dome. An outlet pipe, the slurry is discharged through outlet tank because methane contents are removed now. So it could be used as a fertile material. Okay, म्हणजे ते आपण खत म्हणून मॅन्युअर म्हणून त्याचा वापर केला जातो. सो दिस इज हाऊ वी कॅन युटिलाइज इट. Then gas pipeline for circulation of a gas. Now characteristics of a floating drum type. So I'll complete this and then we will stop. So it consists of a deep well and floating drum. We have seen just now. It is generally made up of mild steel material. Then drum rises as gas collects. गॅस कलेक्ट झाला की तो फ्लोट होतो आणि वर वर येतो. गॅस काढून घेतला तर इट ऑटोमॅटिकली गोज डाऊन because the pressure has been reduced. It has a constant gas pressure, so we can maintain the constant gas pressure also. Inlet is higher than the outlet tank. मी तुम्हाला constructional difference दाखवलेला आहे. Creating hydrostatic pressure which helps slurry to move through the system. So there will be automatic movement of the slurry due to the constructional changes done. Like outlet tank is lower than the inlet tank. So mixing maximum gas pressure attained is 8 to 10 centimeter water column. So these are some of the characteristics. Then floating drum plant consists of a digester and a moving gas holder that we have seen in the construction itself. The gas holder floats either direct or on the fermented slurry or in a water jacket of its own. Fermentation, before fermentation it floats on the water jacket, and after fermentation it floats on the slurry. Okay, fermented slurry. The gas collects in the gas drum which thereby rises. Therefore gas will come up. Okay, and it will be collected in the collector and it could be transferred through the pipeline. If gas is drawn off, it falls again because the collector is empty now. The gas drum is prevented from tilting by a guided frame. So it is maintained in that vertical space only. It cannot tilt. Framing is done for that. So advantage is high gas yield, no problem of gas leakage because everything is constructed below the ground. So no leakage problem is there. It is sealed properly from all the sides and generally it is cement concrete structure, therefore no leakage chances are there. Then works under constant pressure naturally. No problem of mixing of biogas with external air because it is sealed properly, therefore no danger of explosion. I'm saying sealed properly because it is a construction is done with the help of cement, concrete, bricks and all, and therefore no leakage is possible. Disadvantage is higher cost because we are constructing the whole system with the help of cement, concrete, bricks. So construction cost is itself is very high. Heat is lost through metal gas holder, and just now we have seen it is mild steel structure. Therefore, some heat loss may take place. Then it requires painting of drums to avoid the corrosion at least twice a year, because it is continuously dipped in the slurry or water content kind of liquid. Therefore, it gets rusted, and therefore painting is required. Corrosion is there. Requires maintenance of pipes and joints. Okay, so here we will stop today. We will continue next time. If you have any doubt, please ask.